The Monster in You, Sad. Story and original artwork by Jack Romwell Turner. Illustrated by Yubin Lai. One sunny morning, in a place not so far away, lived a happy young boy named Alfie. Or at least he was happy, until something terrible happened. Somebody had burst his balloon. Alfie cried and cried. He cried so much that he didn't even realize days had passed him by. Then, the most unusual thing happened. Alfie had become sad. Eventually, Alfie had even forgotten his own name. So when anyone asked him what his name was, he would simply reply, "I am sad." Later that day, he was moping around and heard a sudden cry for help. It was a young, helpless snail, and an enormous rock was about to come crashing down on him. Heroically, Sad leapt for the snail and pulled him to safety. "Thank you so much," gasped the tiny snail. For the first time in days, Sad felt rather good about himself. He turned to the snail and replied, "You're very welcome, that was a close one." Without Sad or the snail noticing, something very peculiar had happened. Sad's burst balloon somehow grew a little bit bigger. Sad was about to part ways with the snail until he saw a lonely look in the little creature's eyes. Actually, Sad was feeling pretty lonely himself, so he decided to ask the snail whether he'd like to travel with him. "Want to come with me?" questioned Sad. The snail was ecstatic. "Wow, really? But where are you going?" Sad paused. "To be honest, I'm not sure, but it'll be an adventure, I suppose." The two new friends set off to see what mysteries lay ahead. Sad stumbled across the tallest of tall trees, which could only be described as magical. It glowed like a golden star, and the brown branches twirled around as if hugging itself. Sad was so overwhelmed and amazed by the tree's beauty that it filled him with joy. And you never guess what? The balloon grew bigger and bigger and bigger. As Sad moved closer, he noticed a long purple creature. It had friendly eyes, large wings, and scales all over its body. It was a dragon. However, this was not the smartest of dragons. This dragon could not count her eggs and kept jumbling up the numbers. Sad was very clever and knew he could count them. So he offered to help. "Hello there. Can I help you count your beautiful eggs?" The mystical dragon smiled at Sad. "Oh, that would be fantastic, little one." So they spent the next few minutes counting eggs, and Sad even taught the dragon how to count properly. "Wow, you're so smart," said the dragon. Sad's chest swelled with pride, and he was feeling pretty confident. So once again, the balloon grew bigger and bigger and bigger. It was now the size of a mighty elephant. To thank Sad, the dragon took him on the grandest of adventures. They flew up to where the stars lived and where the clouds lay and rest. Mountain tops looked like speckles of dust to Sad as he glanced at the beauty all around him. Without warning, a dark, monstrous cloud engulfed the sky. It shot out boiling bolts of lightning. For no reason, the cloud did not like Sad and his new friends being there one bit. It then noticed Sad was holding a huge bright yellow balloon in his hand. But this was no ordinary balloon. This balloon was full of Sad's happy thoughts, and the cloud did everything in his power to burst it. "Ah, give me that balloon!" thundered the cloud. "You don't deserve to be happy." His voice was so deep and loud that it could be heard from miles away. Rain poured and soaked Sad and the dragon. They could barely see a thing. Sad squinted and looked up. He could not believe his eyes, for this was the first time he had noticed his balloon had somehow grown. "Is this magic?" he asked himself curiously. Then suddenly there was a furious smash.